How you doing? It's great to see you. Thank you much. Appreciate it. Very well. Griff Lynch.
Jeff Cornett. Jeff. This is Tracy Cornett, the editor. We're with Expansion Solutions.
Okay, good. Good pleasure to meet you. Hey, how you doing? Long time no see. That video fire you all up? Did the video fire you up?
Good.
Just for the speaker, did anybody want to stand up or y'all good? Your speaker Ralston? Okay. Just making sure.
Thank you. We're going to talk to you at the speaker.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Good?
Griff, I wanted to make sure I understand a little better this rail expansion
Yes.
that you talked about.
Yes.
If I understood it right, basically what you're trying to you have two existing terminals. You're going to combine and expand them.
Exactly.
It sounds like
Exactly.
to where you can handle more containers, double the capacity for
That's right.
moving containers, and build larger trains coming out of
That's
there.
right.
You fill in or tell me where I'm wrong.
No, this is great. That's exactly what we plan to do. Today we have to kind of have a shuttling operation. North and Southern, we can send bigger trains out, but CSX will limit it to 1,800-foot trains. We also have a heavy impact on the community. And at the end of the day, one of our specific goals is to reduce the impact while increasing volume. And at the end of the day, what it all means when we build this mega on-dock rail terminal, we're going to reduce the crossing time for trains on Route 25 by 4 hours a day. And we're going to hopefully eliminate all trains going through Garden City, but we have to work through that with Norfolk Southern. There might be some still, but I can assure you it'll be a significant reduction. And then the other flip side of it is on terminal now, not off terminal, we will build these 10,000-foot trains and send them direct to these inland markets that form that arc, and that's why we're calling it Georgia Port Authority's Mid-American Arc. So today we only have about 23% of Memphis cargo. We should own more than that. And with these bigger ships that are starting to come to us through the Panama Canal, we will own more. The one thing we're lacking is that rail connectivity, and that is what's going to happen over the next 3 years. It'll take three and a half years for this project to be built out, but we're excited about it.
But the idea is that you can extend some region to Chicago.
We feel
beyond.
we already hit these areas in a small way, and we are talking to customers, and they want, on a first port of call, they want to use Savannah to service those markets. We have a customer that came to us this summer and asked us to service Chicago, and we are doing that with them. It's a pilot program, and we think we can expand this and grow it from here.
When you talk about this rail, increasing this rail capacity, you said did I understand you lessen the impact
Yes.
on the community?
Yeah.
In what context?
Well, the way we lessen is there will be an overpass now over the rail. So today, the trains cross over at grade on Route 25 as they enter our facility. Well, that's not going to happen in the future. They won't stop as they do and start building the train. What they'll do is go through an overpass. And so we still will have crossings, but it will be much more limited than what it is today.
Can you also talk about your issues with warehousing and talking about how you need more warehousing and how does that coincide maybe with neighborhoods that are already now present and concerned about traffic?
Sure. The great thing is Jimmy DeLoach Parkway just come online. So we're taking 5,000 trucks a day off of 21 and 25 and pushing them to Jimmy DeLoach, separating them from the community. That's a big deal. And as we mentioned, we also have other last mile projects like Grange Road and Rampton Road Connector. This is a beltway that will allow the trucking community, when they arrive at the parking facility, they'll come directly from 16 or 95 to our terminal on this beltway. So it's an incredible opportunity that you don't see in many places. Yes, the Jimmy DeLoach, on the Jimmy DeLoach we do see expansion, and that's what it's for. And we talk about it's not just all locally here, it's those 4 surrounding counties and beyond where we want to build those warehouses, okay? We have, as we mentioned, 21,000 acres of fully entitled land. So, great opportunity.
So it's not just directly by the port, you're saying it's kind of expanding.
Expanding it, exactly. And we have, as I mentioned, Centerpoint and Playco, two folks that are building spec facilities. That's not going to put a dent in that 1.93%. And the absorption rate, as I also mentioned in the presentation, the number 2 absorption rate in the country as a percentage of warehouse space in little old Savannah. So that's incredible when you think about that. That tells us that the customers want to use our ports through their actions and through their words.
Okay, can I assume absorption means that you don't have any more room? You can absorb all the room you have?
No, absorption is just a terminology we use to show how much was absorbed. But what we're showing is where we were 18% 7 years ago, and now we're down to 1. We are running out of space. There are warehouses being built, and so we do need more spec space though. We do have, it could be that we miss opportunities if we don't have the spec space. So we don't want to do that.
So do you want this to step up and
We want what we would love to see is developers and private investment look at building spec. Now I think if you look back 7, 8, 9 years ago when we had the recession, they got a little skittish from that. Well, over these last few years, times have changed, and this is a great opportunity. And the Southeast is well positioned, period. We're in the best position in North America for new growth because of the ease of doing business. You combine that with what Governor Deal had just announced, which is the #1 state in which to do business. That alone is going to bring more business.
I have a question. Council, I know they are working on base those changes.
Sure.
Have trucks not come on base.
Yeah.
How will that affect the port coming through the port?
Well, that really won't affect us at all. I mean, most of our business, and the beauty of the Georgia Ports Authority is it's upriver from the port. So the ship goes by the port, and it's a really neat thing to see. Great for tourism. Our trucks don't really, in a big way, go down through town. All the distribution is the other way. It's upriver, it's west of here and north of here.
Can you talk about, I'm sorry,
That's okay.
Can you talk about, kind of elaborate on some of the stuff you talked about being a gateway port? Why is that
Sure.
important to the average person here?
Well, a gateway port means in our industry, you're either going to grow or you're going to shrink. You cannot stay the same, okay? So we have to make sure we put the mechanisms and tools and levers in place to continue to grow. Otherwise, customers don't want to grow with us. They want to go to the next place. The customers are telling us through their actions, like the big ships coming to Savannah, that they want to be here. And they have selected us as a gateway port. Our focus is making sure that we support them. When we do that, that has a massive impact on the community in the way of economic development and jobs and new business coming to Georgia.
On the rail expansion, just to make sure I get my numbers right, when do you anticipate y'all start construction on that?
One thing I failed to mention, which I meant to, up on the stage, was
I was
that
listening.
we received a $44 million grant from the federal government for this program. Okay, we were one of 5 ports to receive money, and we received the most. The project is $128 million. We've already started on the design, and we expect over the next 3 years for it to come to life. I don't have the exact timeline in front of me, Russ, but that kind of gives
design
you
work is begun.
Design work is well underway. I mean, it's probably 30% complete by now.
3 years from now, it should be.
I'd say 3.5 years on the outside.
Can you talk a little bit about SHEP and whether you feel like progress is being made? I know you said the outer harbor is 25% completed. But then you talked about the fact that some of these larger ships, the 10,000 TEU ships, were already coming. That is not so.
Well, what
why
it
do you need
means,
the harbor
well, no,
digging
that's a
exactly?
great question. These ships are not loading full and down. They're coming here, but when we talk about loading exports back on them, they have the ability, the ship does, to go 50 foot. So 47 foot gets us there because we sail on high tide, which is 54 feet, right? So we need that deepening done.